Hi guys, I'm Paris Days Coxum. And my article is called Long Term Health Outcomes of Childhood Sexual Abuse and Peer Sexual Contact Among an Urban Sample of Behaviorally Bisexual Latino Men. I do have my entire article. I have the entire PDF. I'm recording on my phone, so you cannot see it, but I do have it. So basically, my article is about how childhood sexual abuse, which they put as CSA, long-termly affects Latino bisexual men due to their CSA, which is how the article says it. These men are at higher risk for STIs, STDs, HIV, depression, anxiety, loneliness, substance abuse, PTSD, and isolation. A lot of the substance abuse is alcohol, but alcohol and drugs. The drugs, like they use multiple types of drugs. Like it goes into how they use multiple different types of drugs. So the article basically only, like, it mentions other other people, other men kind of, but it only explains how these men are more, there's more research behind these men. So it only talks about bisexual Latino men because there's not a lot of research on these men. The men were the men from the study were from New Jersey and New York City, big cities. The men were from 18 to 60 years old, and all of these men were bisexual. There were 148 participants included. So there were topics in each. There were questions for each topic, and everything was conducted through a survey. So the topics were peer sexual contact, which is when you're not getting sexually abused from an adult. You're getting I guess, like, you're experiencing sexually with a peer, like, like a 13-year-old and a 13-year-old, or a 5-year-old and a 5-year-old, closer in age. I believe it's like under 4-year age gap is what they were looking for, for peer sexual contact. Sexual risk behaviors was another topic. Childhood sexual abuse, like, if you experience childhood sexual abuse, lifetime STI incidents, when you have, sexually transmitted diseases, and you deal with them for a long time, lifetime. The next one was poly drug use, which is, that when they use multiple drugs, clinically significant depressive symptoms, depression, and highly perceived stress. Basically, these were questions. These were the topics of the questions asked throughout the survey. The study concludes that childhood sexual abuse has a negative impact on adult men, which is, the whole purpose of the paper. So the work that I need for assignment 4, I just basically have to write what I'm saying right now. I have a very good understanding of my article. It's not very hard to understand. My article relates to my topic because my topic is about the impact of childhood abuse on men's mental health. In this article, it talks about specifically bisexual Latino men and their how, being sexually abused as children, how it impacted them as adults, and how they, maintain their lives, and how that impacted how they move forward. Something that I did not understand about the article was why specifically Latino men. There are a lot of other people under the marginalized realm, and I feel like, there are, I guess, because, okay, so basically I was wondering why specifically Latino men, but I understand that they have a different, experience in the world, and they could, their cultural stigma and, ideas of what a man should, a bisexual man or man in general should, do and, represent. So I just understood that that's why they wrote the article. So my article also does have tables. It has 4 tables. It's in the end of the article that basically have the samples from the categories I explained before. So the first table is sample characteristics by childhood sexual abuse and peer sexual contact. And it's basically the samples from the surveys. Then the next table is reports of sexual risk behaviors by childhood sexual abuse and peer sexual contact. And there are the samples for that. And then the third one is reports of STI incidents and polydrug use by childhood sexual abuse and peer sexual contact. And then the fourth table is reports of clinically significant depressive symptoms and high perceived stress by childhood sexual abuse and peer sexual abuse. So basically they were going into trying to figure out, the different ways of how childhood sexual abuse and peer sexual abuse could affect these men and, things that they, had to go through based, due to everything. Questions that I might have after reading it. The only question that I did have was, I guess if any Latino men read it, because what I started to think was, okay, maybe the person who wrote the article or the people who were interested in the article have a little bit of experience behind it, but I don't know. So I just wanted to know. I know that they wrote the article because there was not a lot of information, but I wonder what made them randomly just think, oh, we don't have any background on, bisexual Latino men. So I just wonder why they specifically chose those men. That's all that I have. Thank you.